I am a grown-up and I am doing show and tell. That's right, you read the title. Big changes to my EDC, which you should care about a lot. So I have gone and done something I've not done for a fair while, and that was buy a couple of knives to make reviews of for the channel. What I did was I went and looked at what real knife review guys who do 10 knife reviews an hour, like Metal Complex and Stasser and those guys and Neves, and what they thought were the good sort of accessibly priced knives, because I don't have a whole lot of money. I'd rather get 2 knife for the price of some money than 1 knife for all money. So what I did was I got the Vosteed Raccoon, which is this guy here. It's like a ow. It's like a button lock, but it pushes it's almost like a compression lock, but it doesn't look quite as strong, but it pushes the compression lock with a button. I don't know. Pretty cool looking knife. Comfortable in hand. It's got like a nice kind of soft close, like a really sort of nice, no clanginess to it. 14C 28N, as is the style at the time right now in the larger Chinese budget knife makers. They've all seemed to have moved away from China D2, and now they're on China 14C 28N, which is, by all accounts, a very good basic, non-powdered stainless steel that's going to get, good overall results for the price. Then moving up slightly in price. So this was 120 in Australia. You can get the line lock version, or the Axis sliding bar lock version for about 100, like a neat 100, which in US dollars is about 70. It's about the same amount of wealth is how I've been looking at it lately, I think. Right, so, and then the other one I got was the Civivi Vision F, maybe, the budget Civivi Vision version of these SNEX knives here. And this guy is in Nitro V, I believe. I should say it somewhere, but I can't see it. Nitro V. I reckon it's in Nitro V. You know what? Maybe it'll say it on the box. It does. It says Nitro V on the box. So this is a knife from SNEX, designed by SNEX Tan. And he's someone I've been watching on Instagram for years. He's always made knives. His knives always kind of looked a little bit like this. And he's gradually built it with his super lock, which sort of operates fairly similarly to the Demco's Shark Lock. But it's obviously different enough for it to be called something different, and not getting into it. But yeah, it's kind of like a back sliding lock, which freely releases a knife to drop into its little detented nest there, which the detent I think is provided again by the lock bar resting against the back of another part of the tang. So I'm sure very sort of mechanically impressive. What it is though, it's a little weird in the hand. You kind of need to position your thumb past the lock, because the lock it's quite jutty. It's a jutty lock. So yeah, just maybe a bit of a learning curve to this one. Immediately, my impression is not as good of this one as it is of the Vosteed there. So be interested to see if that remains or not. And before that, like knife of choice knife is the 15V Paramilitary 2. I've been carrying this guy a whole lot once again. I put a really nice sharp edge on it, all shiny and shit. No, it's just the best steel, man. Such a good steel. So much performance. Anyway, so that's kind of like my preference knife, but these are my review knives. These are knives I'm going to cycle through my carry and eventually do a couple of reviews on. So that'll be nice, won't it? Multi-tool wise, I've been carrying my Leatherman Signal. It is that lovely time of year where all the leaves are falling off the trees. So I'm doing some pruning, some haphazard pruning, just here and there. When I see a tree looks ready, I'll prune it to get that vase shape going once again, cut off all the odd pointy growth that's going in the wrong directions, sculpt me trees for the springtime. So I love doing that. I obviously use secateurs for most of it, but when you get a branch that's slightly too thick, I'll work away with it. I'll work away at it with the signal saw, which does an absolutely fine job. Obviously, if I'm having a big old day of it, I'll bring around my Sven saw or my Barco folding saw or my silky saw or something different. But if I'm just doing a tree at a time, this is more than enough. And the pliers are great too for retightening the sprinkler clips when they burst off. And speaking of my other new thing, I have to figure out how to turn off Siri. No, Siri, go away. I'm an Apple Watch man now. I know, very uncool, Pete, very uncool. But I've had the need to know what my heart's doing lately. I've got an interesting heartbeat, which is not as terrifying as it sounds. It's fine, but just something I'm trying to keep track of, just to see if it's worth being terrified later on, perhaps. So I got the Apple Watch because I looked at all the health apps, and it says, you can look at all the different things you're doing. And in my mind, I love the circles thing. I love the circles. You close your circles. That's how you know you've done enough exercising, kilojoule burning, and standing. Kind of a cool little like video gamey way of looking at it. You know what? I'll go off to do some exercise, and I'll quickly run back and get my watch if I've left my watch on the bedside table. So it's actually keeping my watch on my wrist. Watches have always been for me. I forget to put them on. Never happens. So this guy here, I use a few of the many features it has. Some of the features are a little bit excessive, I think. Hand washing assistant. Yeah, like I wash my hands. But the ones that suit me, I quite like. This one here, I'm using the... God, go away, Siri. I hate when you see a little thing... No. Turn off forever.
Leave now and never come back.
She listened. She fucked off. All right, so... nope, she's back. My God, stop it. Stop recording. Some teething problems here with the new technology. Voice recording, heartbeat meter, rings, time and date, crazily enough. But yeah, I've been using my watch for heaps of stuff, just measuring my workouts, that sort of thing. So I'm not a watch person, so this is a real watch for non-watch people, without a doubt. It's very, very impressive. This is the SE version, so the cheapest one, which is definitely what I was in the market for. And it does make me feel better knowing I've got a rough indication of whether my heart's going to explode or stop at any given moment. So I guess if it looks like it's about to explode, I can hastily record Siri. I can say, I won't say it now, but I'll say, hey, S word. Tell my wife when she finds my corpse that I said thanks, or whatever romantic thing comes to my rapidly oxygen-starving mind.
Tell my wife hello.
No, I'm just being silly. There's nothing actually wrong with me, but just an interesting little thing I'm keeping track of. So that's... what else? Oh, yeah, my torch is still this little EGTAC D3C, the ever-catchily named EGTAC D3C. My phone is about to get quad-locked. They're really dumb looking, I know, but it keeps falling off the tripod because I use my phone for YouTube. And the quad lock has a tripod system. So I've got a quad lock tripod coming on the way for my phone. So that's another EDC thing. Scratch that. It's, sorry about the GoPro cam. This is a GoPro Hero from about, I'm going to say 9 years ago. Trashed. Anyway, so this did arrive today. My little, this is the new, so this whole system here, I've got like I end up getting a little wallet attachment as well. So when I'm not using it to lock onto my tripod thing there, which does lock on like that onto that, when I'm not using it for that, I can put a little wallet which magnetically attaches just to the back there. So I thought that was pretty cool as well. But yeah, I'll show you how the thing actually works for the purpose that I got it for. So it's basically like a little tripod like that is fixed on without like the usual thing, which is like the snappy top and bottom things, like these things like this. These things always go wrong and spit my phone out. This is the bigger phone. This is the 13 Pro Max. So yeah, it's just always had issues with getting pinched out and flying out and smashed onto the ground and stuff. So I'm amazed it's still running. So anyway, this tripod thing, it can double as a selfie stick if you want to walk around talking, which sometimes I do for angles in videos. All that sort of public influencer stuff aside, and then you can sort of lift it up here, and it's a tall enough little tripod just to do most desk-based stuff anyway. So if you're a bit of a, if you're trying to start maybe filming yourself doing things, then this is probably a pretty good first step. I just need to get an adapter for this part just here to go into a normal fuller sized camera tripod, which I'm sure is in the works. Oh yeah, my AirPods. I listen to music on my AirPods. I'm listening right now to the new Billie Eilish album. I know what a 20-year-old girl I am, but it's really, really good. The final two songs, Bittersweet and Blue, leading into each other, highly recommended starting points, as well as Chihiro and the song with the French name. Those are the 4 good songs to start with on that album. If you don't like arty pop, then disregard everything I've said for the last 45 seconds or so. Anyway, that's my current EDC. I'll see you all in the next film. Goodbye.